my very first book talk with Seaworthy. I was in New York City 2 nights ago, I think, and I was signing books, and this one guy was sort of hanging back, and he obviously wanted to be the last one in line. He was a nice-looking guy, well-dressed, and he introduced himself as an attorney, and he said, "I really want to go this season with you." I'm like, "Do you watch Discovery Channel? You need to read this book. You don't want to go with me." He was like a nut. Have I ever considered crab fishing? Actually, the last thing I did with the Hannah boat before, in my first 20-year stretch on the boat, was red crab fishing, which is a very deep water crab that we do from the mid-Atlantic coast up to New England. In Alaska, I've considered it. I considered it before I wrote my first book. When I first went home and went lobstering and really didn't care for it, I thought, geez, I better get back offshore. And there was a lot of opportunity at the time because I have a captain's license. I could have gone to Alaska and run a big boat. But then the book opportunity came along and kind of screwed up my fishing career. But yeah, thought about it. Yes. Anybody out there have a question? No questions out there. Yes.
How many times have the crew had skirmishes that you had to step in and break up that weren't aired, and what were they over?
Okay. Generally, 4 or 5 guys getting 4 hours of sleep a night. If you're not catching many fish, the weather sucks, you're going to have crew problems. And most of the time it comes down to fisticuffs. And I'm not jumping in between 2 200-pound guys throwing fists at each other. What's always worked for me is this has to stop or it's going to cost you some money. Always works. Nobody wants to go to sea for 30 days and work like an idiot and not get every dime they have coming. Always works. What are the fights about? Anything. I mean, it's like, do you have sons? Like, it's not like 2 little kids in the back of the car. What are they fighting about? Who cares? It's just nothing. Maybe nothing. Yeah. Yes. Oh, hi.
Has a cameraman ever gotten hurt?
Has a cameraman ever gotten hurt? Yeah. You know what? This last season, which you won't see him getting hurt because you're not supposed to see the camera guys. We had like really bad weather. Really bad weather. And there was this big, we were just kind of jogging into it, as I said, and there was this big crash down below from the galley. And so everyone kind of scrambles down there to see what's going on. Well, the microwave had come out of the wall and hit the deck. That was a big crash. Well, this camera guy wanted to reenact it. And so that was really cool, right? So he had my guys put the microwave like back in this little spot. And he's like, and he's waiting. He's waiting with his camera on the microwave, waiting for it to come unglued again. Well, it did, and so did he. We took like one big wallop, and he went flying backwards, and he hit his like back and shoulder on the stove, and yeah, he was really not in very good shape for a while. And I have a friend who's a doctor, so I called him on the satellite phone, and said what happened, and let him talk to the camera guy, and told him what the symptoms were, or whatever. Can you do this? Can you do that? And he strapped it to himself, for a couple of days, and one of my crewmen did the camera. And yeah, so one of the camera guys did get hurt. Like the first season, no, nobody got hurt. But yeah, good question. I haven't asked that yet.
Did he get the shot? Learn all the navigations. You worked on other ships, or?
Where did I learn how to navigate?
Yeah.
Yeah, as a kid, my dad's not a commercial fisherman, but we always had boats, and I learned a lot from my dad. Back then, it was dead reckoning, stopwatch and a compass. So I learned that way first, and then the first real fishing boat that I went on, you're required to take a watch, and so everybody on the boat really needs to learn how to use the electronics. And
I went lobstering one summer when I was 13.
did you really? Where was that?
Kennebunkport.
Beautiful.
My cousins worked. They worked in the summer to go to college. And
Well, Sam, you were smart enough not to stay with it.
it.
Yes, that's good. Yeah, it's